Hi, I'm Josh Ackerman with Park Industries Customer Service Department. In this video, we are going to show you what you need to do if you are experiencing a 45C alarm on your Hypertherm or Dynamax unit. So if you are getting a 45C alarm and you are not getting a 55 Celsius alarm also, then your temp sensor is bad. What it's doing, the sensor is not reading or closing when it gets to 45C to send water to your cooling circuit there. Okay, so on this part, one thing to keep in mind also for your hydraulic over temp alarms or a low hydraulic oil alarm is to make sure your fuses are good, especially if you're doing the 45C alarm, and a 45C usually means you have to replace the temp sensor. But double check to make sure your fuses are good. And so on here is our panel, and you can see that the FU6 in this case is lit up, and that indicates that that fuse is bad. So you do want to double check that before you jump to replacing your sensor, and you might just need to replace that fuse. Just a small ceramic fuse. I pulled ours out in this case for demonstration purposes, but you can just pull on the top and it'll flip open like a door. The bottom is attached, and on here this plastic piece will flip open also. There's not much room, but inside there then I'm just going to put our fuse back, and it kind of slides in there, and then the door has to shut here. If I can get it without dropping it. And the door will kind of push that back into place. If the door shuts, your fuse should be in correctly. Then we can just close that back up. You can see our light does not turn on, so our fuse is good there. So that's one thing to just double check before you go to replacing a temp sensor, a temp and oil sensor there. So to replace that, simply just unscrew the cable. We'll just take a adjustable wrench in this case. You can just unthread it from the tank. And then that sensor, you have your float on there, so watch it, make sure you don't catch that on the side of the tank. And then, so this is your oil level sensor, and then the temp sensors are inside that probe. So you would just need to replace that sensor. So get a new sensor and just slide it down in there, and it should just be plug and play. So we want to just tighten that back up on there. And then you want to watch also here the pin alignment. So there's two notches that cable has to line up with. I want to watch that. I already took note of where mine were on here and kind of how that cable has to go. Just set that cable on, twist it a little bit here back and forth until you feel it drop in. And then we will tighten it up and just keep pressure on the top to make sure the pins are lining up. So that is what you need to do with a 45C hydraulic fluid alarm and how to replace the temp sensor. Thank you.